Mel, how are you?
Doing well, doing well. I was just saying you're going to talk about Bombardier. Of course, that's a big story today, but you do have your eye on the Bank of Canada.
Yeah, we're going to get an interest rate announcement today, Mel, and no changes expected, so it won't be overly dramatic. One thing we could hear about, though, from the Bank of Canada governor is the value of the Canadian dollar. It's really been on a tear this year, one of the best performing currencies, up by more than 3.5%. That's a bit of a concern for exporters, so we'll see if he has anything to say about that. And while the Bank of Canada does nothing, there is still talk in the U.S. potentially about an interest rate cut by the Fed. We are going to hear from the U.S. Fed chair today and tomorrow, and perhaps he will offer a path on what the Fed will do about interest rates going forward. Again, if the Fed does decide to cut and the Bank of Canada does nothing, that's going to drive the dollar up even further. Now, we are hearing about these layoffs at Bombardier, potentially about half of the 1,100 workers at the Thunder Bay plant. The local union president fears more job losses are on the horizon beyond the initial 550 as two major Ontario contracts from the Toronto area wind down, one with Metrolinx, one with the TTC, of course. This union boss is also pointing a finger at the Trump administration, which is backed or has backed the Buy America-like clauses requiring a minimum threshold of local content. Now, the transportation giant Bombardier has been downsizing its aerospace and railway operations now for several years as it attempts to improve profitability. And then we got a mixed earnings report from Levi Strauss in the second quarter. Retailer says it had to factor in $29 million from its IPO in April, along with foreign exchange adjustments. When all the dust settled, it worked out to about $29 million in the quarter, down from $77 million in the year-ago period. Now, revenue was up by 5%. The company, though, offered guidance that was below consensus, so the stock is under pressure in pre-market trade this morning.
All right, Chris, thank you so much for that.
Have a great day.
Thanks, you too. Time now 6:38. We're going to check in with Frankie on the sunny day ahead. It's going to get hot.